For in the Hermetic art, man was not only capable of redemption, he carried with him a tremendous responsibility to redeem. He had a job. He had a work. And it was the great labor of his mind to reveal to him his work. One of the purposes for which intellect is given to man is that that man may discover his own job. This is a rather practical way, perhaps a little homely way of saying it, devoid of fine Greek, but it is the principle involved. That man was not here to leave here, as some taught. That his existence in this world was not a penalty for sin. That he had not fallen from a grace into a disgrace. That he was not merely here because he was in prison, and that we all shared a common guilt or we wouldn't be here. Nor was his primary end to escape here, to leave this place, and to return to some far distant land in the terms of Neoplatonism. The real purpose of man was to assert the universal mind over nature, not as a tyrant, but as a gardener. And in one of the alchemical books of Hermes, we have the Hermetic gardener in the garden. This Hermetic gardener is not there merely to enjoy life. He is there to keep the weeds out of the garden. He has a job to do every day. It is his duty, therefore, to pick the weeds of false knowledge out of the garden of truth. It is his duty to see that good things are well fertilized and well cultivated. It is also within his province to be a kind of Luther Burbank, to be able to improve the qualities of plants. And we have another Hermetic axiom, namely that art perfects nature. In this axiom, which later became one of the outstanding keys of the Hermetic alchemical philosophy, it is assumed that skill in man becomes the skill of God working for all things. Thus the individual who goes forth and improves something plays God, just as the individual who goes forth to destroy anything plays devil. That each individual has the right and the power to have a divine participation in the improvement of things. That it is not his duty nor his place to simply wait until deity does all things. Rather, deity expressing its primary power through the potential wisdom of man, deity releasing its own mind through the human mind, forms of all humanity one mind for the accomplishment of its own works. Thus the Hermetic philosopher, if he wishes to assume that Hermes is this mind personified, may well say that this mind is the author of all books, the author and original of all knowledge, and perhaps most of all the patron of all skill, and that the greatest of all skill is this skill of transformation, this skill of transmutation, by which all things are transformed from a lesser to a greater state by law, and by lawful procedures. Man becoming skillful then in the administration of natural law becomes the preserver of his planet, becomes the perfecter of his way of life, and makes possible all other good things, so that not only man but all nature enjoys a wonderful fecundity and prosperity.